And welcome back to Our Community. Susie Thomas visiting with Dr. Joan Finnefrock and Susan Buzard. They are from Quota International of Massillon, talking about free speech and hearing clinic going on this summer. So tell me who's involved, who's participating.
Okay, well, we have 16 students who can participate. We have scholarships. We've offered 3 scholarships, so it is free for 3 of our children. We have some of our school districts who are providing extended school year services and using our clinic as a way to provide those extended school year services.
Wonderful.
And then the other families, there is a charge, but it's $25 a session, which is very reasonable for speech therapy. Parents are telling us that oftentimes their insurance doesn't cover it. Their children are enrolled in speech therapy during the school year, but then during the summer, they really don't like them to have that break.
Right.
And so at other clinics and other places, oftentimes it can be as much as $80 a session. So the $25 a session really allows parents to be able to take advantage of providing summer speech for their children.
Let's talk about parents for 1 second.
Sure.
Sometimes, when a child is in school, of course, they've got the professional coming in, working with them, and they're getting it regularly. Over that summer, as you say, they've got that break. Are there things parents can do to help their child not slip back? Some little maybe tricks and tips that you could give to parents who are working with their children, just to remind them, try that again, say that again. I know sometimes kids even try and find different words to use that won't use those harder to pronounce sounds. And
I think in general, just to provide a good model. We don't really criticize the children. Just say, oh, if they mispronounce something, just say, oh, you mean this, and correct it, and provide a good model. Many times the speech pathologist will send homework packets that they can practice. There's no sense practicing something that the child can't do if they're not at that level.
Right.
But once they learn a certain sound, the speech pathologist can send home homework sheets. And that's a big component of our summer clinic. The clinicians are asked to speak to every parent, tell them what they did in the session, how they can help, give them homework pages. We even have them coming back in the room and showing them exactly what we're doing. The parent component for the clinicians, at least the ones last year, felt they learned so much, so very much, how to speak to the parents and let them know where they are in the development.
wonderful.
We wanted to go back to the registration and let people know where these people are coming from.
Yes.
So we send out flyers to all of the school districts, the special education directors and the speech pathologists in all of the school districts in Stark and some surrounding counties. We also distributed information through pediatricians' offices. And we this year have children that are coming from Massillon City Schools, North Canton City, Tuslaw, Osnaburg. We have a little girl from St. Mary's in Massillon. We have a student from Lake Local, Northwest Local Schools, Canton Local, and Fairless Local.
Wonderful.
Yep. And one from last year, we had a child actually from California who was visiting.
She was visiting
Grandma for the summer.
And
Yes.
they brought her in.
And then brought her in.
She went home talking really well.
She did much better. Yes. Yeah. So the kids do come from all over. And like I said, we filled up our 16th slot last week.
So is
we're
there
excited.
a way that this may grow and you'd be able to take more than 16 next summer? Is that the
might.
plan?
Yes.
Or-
Yeah, we would like to see
Yes.
it grow. As Joan was talking about the club in Salem, their speech clinic is their primary project for speech and hearing. So they've actually started doing it on Saturdays throughout the year. We're not at that point yet. And, and we kind of came up with this from from Salem's club, but even talking to parents that we've already provided services for either hearing loss or other things. And parents have said that was their need, that they don't have a way to financially get speech therapy over the summer.
Yes.
So we're kind of looking at what the need is in our community and trying to fill it.
When
Wonderful.
we did it last year, we reviewed it from many different aspects. We thought it was a success, but I wanted to get the opinion of the clinicians, and they thought it was just a valuable tool in their process of learning. Then we talked to the parents, And some said, well, I'll read some of the things that they commented
Please,
on.
yes.
They said, thank you so much for offering this clinic. My son made so much progress, it was just the boost he needed. I wanted to take my children to private speech therapy. It was just too expensive. And another mom said that her daughter was going into kindergarten and her speech was so difficult to understand, but not anymore, which was just a
Wonderful.
great
Wonderful,
comment.
right?
Yeah.
And when the parents tell me their relatives are now able to understand the kids, even on the phone, that's just a sign of success. And they wanted to be contacted. Some of the key points from last year that we saw the success, some of the observations included things like one preschooler came the first time, and we were trying to get that preschooler to name an object, a toy. But he didn't have the ability to do that. So he scratched and he bit us because he was mad. But he
right.
didn't have the tools to communicate, to talk. And by the end, he was talking a few words. I mean, he wasn't talking in sentences.
But he
And,
was on his way.
He was on his way.
When you think about that, Joan, that's
That's-
so primary to relationships, to be able to understand your niece, nephew, grandchild, or child. Often the parents can understand what they're trying to say, but often a grandparent is like, "Help me, I didn't get that," and that can be so frustrating for a little one and for the older person that's in the room as well, trying to care for them. The relationship building, this is
Exactly.
vital to that, to be able to understand each other.
And a lot of times, if they don't have the speech, if they don't have words to tell how they feel, then they'll substitute an aggressive behavior.
Act out.
Like
Yep.
the hitting, the biting,
Exactly.
whatever. And we've seen it all.
Right.
I'm
But
sure.
a lot of them came just being able to point and not say anything. And we got them past that stage.
Wow.
Now, our summer clinic is 8 weeks. We're not going to correct everything, but we wanted to either get them a good start or continue with the therapy that they've had.
How are you able to offer this at such a value? Is the grants taking care of it?
No.
They're volunteering, or how do you do this?
We just decided that we don't want to make money on it. We
Right.
don't need to make money
Right.
on it. This is truly a community service.
Wonderful.
And our members are all volunteers. So, there's myself and another member are like coordinators.
Mary Privilege.
Yep, Mary. And so we, donate our time. We have members that volunteer to come to each one of the sessions for registration, to register the children, take them back, meet with the parents, kind of keep that whole part together. And then the speech clinicians from the University of Akron are providing the therapy. So we do not need to pay a speech therapist.
Wow, and it's practice for them.
I'm
And Joan is supervising the
Yeah.
students and providing their supervision that is needed. So it's just, really
labor
a lot
of
of
love.
labor of love and a lot of people volunteering and seeing what the need is there.
It's got to be so rewarding.
It is very rewarding.
is.
Yes, it really is. Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about how you do fundraising for yourselves. One of my favorite events that takes place in the world is called the Princess Tea over at the Maslin Women's Club, Five Oaks. And tell me about this.
Oh, it's really so much fun. The proceeds go to, it used to be We Share, now it's Hand in Hand service project through quota to clubs in less developing countries who really need it. One year we did the project and we could choose the club that I went to, and we wondered, what did they need? And word came back, they needed money for milk.
Oh, my.
We thought,
Oh,
do
my.
they need, iPads, technology?
Exactly.
What do they need?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Milk.
Milk.
It was that basic.
Right.
So what it involves, we have a princess who comes in and a wonderful performer and sings princess songs.
She knows them all.
Yes,
Yes,
she
she does,
does.
yes.
And the little girls dress as their favorite princess. And she goes around singing, and they go up and have a song, and we have a beautiful tea. We have teapots and teacups and lovely sandwiches and whatever the committee wants us to have. And the delight on the kids. They just smiles on their faces.
It's a day.
It's really a great day.
It's an amazing day.
And the Maslin Women's Club is the perfect venue because the kids think it's the castle.
Absolutely, yes.
It's
do.
the
Because
castle.
it is.
It is.
And
It
for the
really
rest of
is.
us, we are going to Downton Abbey for the day. And
Yes.
Yes,
it is.
for
It's
sure.
just pretty amazing. That sells out rather quickly. So
Yes.
let's tell everybody right now how to get it on their calendar if they're wanting to call in. Do you know? It's been in March lately.
It's
Yes,
sometimes in
I
May,
think
then
it's
March.
gonna
Okay.
be the end of March, but I don't have the exact date.
Okay.
with me.
But it will be on our website.
It will.
And
Perfect.
contact information for ordering tickets. And if you want to attend, order early.
Absolutely.
Or make your reservations early.
And
right?
that website is what?
MaslinQuota.org.
Maslin Quota,
QUOTA.org.
And just make a note to yourself to check that early on in the spring, and just to not miss out.
Yeah,
because
it usually gets
it
posted
is
like
amazing.
right after the first of the year. So I would
Perfect.
like
Okay.
in January maybe.
Check in January. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
Check in
Yeah.
January. You don't want to miss out on that.
So much fun.
You really think about all the types of situations, unless it's on your radar, you don't think about. What do families do? For example, that unhearing parents having hearing children. Do you assist in those kind of situations? Because I don't even know how do you handle that?
Yeah, we have had some requests for assistance in that, and so parents who are hearing impaired who have children who are hearing is what you're
Yes,
talking about.
exactly.
So those hearing children oftentimes do not have good language models,
Exactly.
because their parents who are hearing impaired may not have the best speech and hearing, especially older ones who haven't had the advantage of being identified at birth. So oftentimes school districts or preschool programs will provide just kind of a language development or language access to language for these children. So like a language program where they can have other adult models, peer models to develop spoken language.
Since role models are so critical
Exactly, right.
in our own speech development,
Yes.
that if you have someone who is not capable of producing that kind of modeling for them,
Right.
then they need to get it somewhere else. And you guys step in and save the day.
There we go.
There we go, yes.
It is amazing. I knew we would run out of time immediately, so we need to have you back. But
love to.
thank you so much for what you're doing with the clinic this summer and what you do all year round. Dr. Joan Finnefrock, Susan Buzard, thank you for all you do in our community.
You're welcome.
Thank you for having us.